Alright guys, so we're back working on the 73 Corvette. My first week working on this project. First off, I know that the motor is got some complications with it. Doesn't have a whole lot of power. I have some ideas of what could be going on with it, but what we really need to do is take the motor out and investigate further because it's going to need some form of a rebuild. I'm waiting for my partner in crime, Matt, to get here because this is his car, and we've still got to discuss what's going to happen, but I'm going to need to be able to show him some of the complications with the car. So I'm going to work on getting the hood off for now, just so it's out of the way so we don't have to work around it, and then get the covers off and stuff and go from there. Well, I only broke 4 out of 12 bolts on just that lower valence, which is a pretty good ratio if you ask me. I just gotta get the rest off and hopefully we break less bolts. Alright, so Luke just looked up the VIN on this car to see what it is. So base model 1973 Corvette Coupe with a L48 small block Chevy, puts out 190 horsepower. Wait, that's not right. L48, 190 horsepower, 350, sorry. Built in St. Louis. But 190 horsepower just isn't gonna cut it for us, I don't think. So working on getting these nose cone pieces off. How many bolts do you figure should hold the nose cone off? Because there's a lot more than necessary, I think. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help a broke car girl out. Have a good day.
The next day.
Alright, so today we're going to be pulling this motor out, but we're going to compression test it first. So Luke's going to give me a rundown on how to compression test this. And we'll see how many, if we got dead cylinders or not. We can cut that.
All right. Here we have un compression testor. Any plug will do to start with. Which one do you want to start with? You got a spark plug socket with you?
Not with
Okay.
me. I don't have spark, like I just have like regular deep sockets.
Okay, I'll grab you one. So this thing's pretty simple to use. This goes on after, just like an air chuck. Same thing. Same idea as an air thing if you want to let the pressure off, right? This is the adapter, if you need it, to go in there, which you will. Hopefully this is the right one. It should be, because this is North American V8.
Okay.
I don't know where the other adapter is. But I will go get you a spark plug. What size plugs does this thing have in it?
A little.
Yeah, sometimes you'd think it'd be bigger. That's a smaller size, yep. We'll bring both just in case. Then you can pull a plug out. And then we'll go to the next step of cranking it with the cool water off. Bravo, you should have been on the ball. Why didn't you grab the spark plug socket?
My first time compression testing a motor, so.
Poor Cassidy's over there, needing your help, and you're just over
Living
here
and learning.
What happened?
I should probably start off with cylinder 1.
Oh, here I come. Bob was grumpy today. Look out. You sure you're all right? Do you need a hug? Oh, okay. Sorry, I gotta look after him, right? And check it out. Snap on.
Oh,
Oh,
only the best.
baller. I don't know where I got it from. I don't know if you need an extension or not.
Oh, I'm just thinking
And
that these.
Brought both sizes just
I
in
don't
case.
even know if I'm going to be able to get the socket on this without getting the headers off.
Oh, is it one of those deals?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see for a sec. Oh man. So, effing Corvettes. So on Corvettes, a lot of the times you can do the spark plugs from underneath. But one of the tricks I learned, and I'll let you do it. I got to stop taking over.
All right.
You take that with the small extension, go in from underneath the header.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, feed it back through there. Sometimes you got to use two and see if you
Yeah,
can.
see the angle.
The angle's not good.
Yeah, see like that. There's no
Yeah.
way of getting that straight.
So, we don't want to take the headers off quite yet. So let's pick a cylinder we can get at easily.
Alright, let's see. We'll go number 3 here.
Like this. Go 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock kind of thing. And then pull while you do it. Most of the time they'll come off then. They are. Alright, I will get the spark plug pliers.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
You
it's,
good?
yeah, it's just stuck.
Sometimes
kinda.
they're such a pain. It totally depends. Will that one go on? This is why I didn't put headers on my truck.
And the socket's not deep enough either.
It is deep enough. It just might be the wrong size.
Oh wait,
There
no,
you go.
there we go.
There you go. So the reason it was feeling like that is the rubber insert. Because they're actual spark plug sockets.
I see.
Yeah. Do you need the extension or you're good?
No, I think it's good.
Nice. Kick butt. Okay. We know what size they are. I'm going to put this socket back.
Oh, that's burnt.
Yeah, so that is fat, essentially.
Yeah.
What you want, like that is mad fat. So
Yeah.
you can read spark plugs. They'll tell you a lot about your engine. One, the gap on that is massive.
Yeah.
Way too big. Two, it should be like a golden brown, almost like cinnamon toast color.
Yeah.
Is a normal color. That's just the insert out of the socket. Yep. So now we can check that cylinder. You screw in the adapter. I like to put it on the end of here first,
Yeah.
because then I've got that. Some people do it where they screw the adapter in and then screw that on.
How tight do you want this adapter
Just
on?
hand tight should do it. That's what the rubber seals. You'll hear it too. If it's leaking around that, the needle on this will jump all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes with headers, you've got to put the adapter in first.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I might
Yeah.
have to do that.
And some people say you got to tighten the adapter. I tend to not super duper tighten it unless I have to. One, it speeds things up. Two, if they have a good seal, they have a good seal. There's
Yeah.
no reason to over tighten an adapter into a head. It takes 2 seconds to put a wrench on it and go, if it does leak.
Yeah. Yeah, get this in there.
And there's other people that, they'll torque it to an exact setting. But we're dealing with an old Chevy Smog 350, not a, 3,500 pound drag engine. Does it not want to go?
Yeah, I just didn't know if I was. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that'll be on a little teeny bit of an angle, right? Yeah. I hate that when I do that. So like my Mopar big block,
And so now do I want to put the ratchet on that and snug it, or it should be fine just
Put
because
it, I usually, no, I don't know. I've probably got a little more grip in my sandpaper hands, and my arm's about the same size as your waist. I just grab it and go like that.
All right.
I don't know how strong you are with that. You're not going to hurt it if you put the ratchet on it and just go and give it a little tightening.
Is this the same size?
It'll be the bigger one, which I can grab again.
Oh, it's all good. I can.
This is my
He's
bad.
already on his way. What are you giggling at over there?
I found a motorcycle license plate cover. I need a license plate that says Bob will put it on the vehicle.
This might be the right size, I'm not sure. Too big?
Yeah.
This
Somewhere in
one?
between
Okay.
5/8 and 3. I mean, I think it's.
I think it'll be alright. Do you mind if I grab it and
Go
just...
for it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
All right, and then I thread this.
Yeah, just don't cross thread that. Sometimes it's a little bit iffy with the hose on it, but you'll get it.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see here.
It's a pain in the ass. Once you get a like knack for it,
Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the butt.
it will be. So what I usually do is I'll start out as far this way with the hose as I can to get a couple threads in.
Yeah, I'm just
Like-
trying not to cross it. So see this mount right here? It's like,
Squeezed between it.
yeah. So it's like I can get it on there, but I don't want to.
Hate Corvettes. Yeah, that's gonna.
Maybe I should try taking this out and then putting it on again. Man, it's tight in here.
It is. That's why we need to get a hoist, because we'd be doing this from underneath if we
Well, I
had.
feel like even underneath, because this mount goes straight down.
Oh, underneath is tight too. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me try this one more time with this on this.
Yep. You have at it.
Alright.
You'll figure it out. You got the basics. Once you get it in, let me know.
Okay.
Cassidy, you know that truck outside?
Yeah.
Grumpy? When we were trying to turn it over, we put 24 volts to the starter with this cable, and I literally was like, "Gah!" to try. Well, he said it doesn't matter, just try to crank it. Having any luck?
Not really. It's just so tight in there with
Do
this.
we want to just maybe pick a different cylinder? I mean, we can compression test it when it's out.
Can we?
We can, yeah. Just needs to be on an engine stand, and
I mean,
we can. I mean, it's gonna have to come out anyways.
yeah, and we're not even going with this motor
No.
anyways.
And even, I mean, really, realistically, even if Matt chooses, or you guys both choose, I want to use this, it's gotta come out.
Yeah.
So I say even, why don't we put the plug back in it,
Okay.
fire it up, see how milky it gets, and if we confirm for sure it's got a bed head gasket, then it's not even worth rebuilding right now.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think.
Sounds good. I think it'll be easier to do all
Yeah,
this
and we
anyways,
can
though.
stick it on the engine cradle and put a bell housing or whatever, a starter on it after, and crank it over and compress and test it then. Now, if this was, hey, it's not running right, we want to save this original 300 horse 327 in a 63 vet,
Yeah.
okay, then it's worth the fighting to do a compression test. But
Yeah.
on this one,
Yeah, it's just a pain in the butt with these header.
It is. It totally is with the headers. Bobo got you a roller cart, by the way.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
Yeah, you're better off to start yanking stuff apart than yank it out. But we will run it and see what it does.
All
If you
right.
want. Yeah.
It's like not enough room to thread on the compression tester. So we got, I don't know, not even 2 inches of space. So I guess we'll have to do that again when it's out of the car, but we're not using this motor because we are going to LS swap this. Most likely, but plans change every day.
Remember, Cassidy, when you fired up, what are we trying to avoid?
Overheating?
No.
What?
Personal safety?
Oh, suffocating ourselves?
What was-
Asphyxiation?
You got it!
Yeah, okay.
Asphyxiation, that's right.
We were trying to figure out how to say asphyxiation yesterday.
Yeah, I think I started out with asphyxiated, but I just couldn't say it.
But it was asphyxi. No,
Asphyxiated.
we were
And
having
then
a hell
you
of a
started
time.
trying.
Yeah.
It didn't pan out. It's like, my bad. Sorry about that.
Then after one person says it wrong, everybody
Is
does.
that a good thing?
Okay, well, that last spark plug, I'm not 100% sure if it's completely on, but I think it is.
Did you feel a click?
Yeah, but it's like, you can still kind
They're
of get...
old wires.
Yeah.
It's probably on enough.
Yeah, I think it's good. Making sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I am curious to see if it immediately turns that thing to milk.
Well, I guess I'll open up this door.
Yeah, so we don't become suffocated. I think I left that Optima hooked up. Yeah. So unless this thing's got a bad draw, it should fire right up.
Alright.
Choke is set.
These sockets?
Have you checked the oil or anything? I mean, I know we're
I checked the oil,
Yeah.
and it's got enough oil in it. It's a
Okay.
little dark, but
Yeah, whatever. And we know it's got enough tranny fluid because it moved in here. So,
how long should I run it for?
a minute? Oh, I better put the coil wire back on.
Oh, yeah.
That
there
was
we
me
go.
that did that. Sitting here cranking it. Now, unless it's got a bad draw, that should have enough juice to, should be able to give it two.
I thought this thing was standard.
Nope, she is an auto. Give her 2 pumps on the throttle, 1, 2, and that should set it. Yep,
Alright.
and see if it fires. Headlight went down because it had vacuum. It's okay, go ahead. Sounds like it's not a dead hole, but it sounded like this the other day too. Yeah, that's 7. That's about 8 cylinders. Shut her off. I don't know if it's that spark plug. No, they're on, Cassidy. You got
Well, I
it.
meant like the spark plug itself.
Yeah, the spark. It could be a multitude of things.
Yeah. a little milky in there.
Oh, smell that.
Oh yeah.
Recognize that smell?
Yeah, it smells sweet.
It's antifreeze. Yeah. So
probably the head gasket.
yeah, oh, it definitely has a bad head gasket. There's at least 1 or 2 dead cylinders. Could be spark plug, could be compression, could be... I mean, when it gets to this point, it's you'll find out when you tear it down.
Okay.
It's got to be torn down. It's not like it's a solid runner that you're going to sell with the car. So as long as you keep all the head, intake, all the factory parts together...
Yeah. Just sell it with the car.
Sell it with the car. Say, here's the core engine. This is what it was wrong with it. Here's all the parts. Do as you wish.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, LS swap it is.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it looks like it's got a nice new radiator in it. We won't need a new rod. There you have, you can reutilize that clutch fan. It works like a hot damn. Yeah, I mean, it's already set up for headers, so you won't need to do the exhaust. You just get the LS version of these.
Yeah.
And they'll, the long tube Headman for LS.
Mm-hmm. Can I reuse this carb?
If we go carb, you could. Yep. It'll depend on how good it is inside. It's hard to tell how good the carb's running when the engine runs like poo. I personally would just get a brand new AVS2, just like the one that's on my truck.
Okay.
Because they're a little bit bigger, they're a little bit better, and they have even more tunability.
Okay.
Yeah. And then keep this as a spare. That's what I would do. Because I had one of these, and I was going to put it on the truck, and I mean, the AVS2 is like $400.
Okay. It's not too bad.
And then you got a brand new carb with nice new everything, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I would say it's, she's got to come out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start looking for LSs too.
Yeah. Yeah, find a, well, it depends too. Are you thinking 5.3 or 6 liter? Because on the outside, an LQ4 is the same size as a 5.3.
Okay.
So if you can find, like, I believe it's 2005 to 9, 6 liter Chevy work truck, that's an LQ4.
Okay.
Iron block, super cheap to get from a junkyard. You might be able to find a whole truck, and it's a 6 liter. You put good exhaust on it, a good Edelbrock intake and carb setup, 400 horse. Like,
yeah.
with the engine stock inside. You just have to make sure with LS swaps that you deal with the multi-cylinder BS, because they have cylinder shut-off crap with the computer. You read up on it, you'll figure all that out. They have everything you could ever want to drop an LS into this thing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Do you know if I'm, like, are the motor mounts the same? Because it's all, like, small block shit.
So small block, they have basically conversion mounts. They all cost the same. They're like $100, maybe even cheaper. You just say, I've got a 73 Vet. I'm putting this LS in it.
And they'll have a...
Yeah, where it just drops in. And some of them, I'm not sure if this is one of them, but some of them you don't even need to change them. These mounts will bolt to an LS. I don't know if these will for sure, but
Yeah.
I've only done a couple of LS swaps, and it was only on other people's cars. And
All right.
2 Camaros and C10.
Do you got buckets? Drain buckets?
We sure do.
Can I borrow?
Yeah. We may have to drain some of the drain buckets.
There's 2 that are empty.
Need to empty out some of the oil collectors so I can drain the fluids out of the car. All the tubs of oil there.
Oop-a-doop-a-doo. Dump away. Yeah, I usually try to do the high and then tip.
The high and then
High up, like go higher and then tip and just let it pour. A little bit more of an angle and it'll make it, see? This is why we do it outside. Almost full. You're about to dump a rag in.
Oh. Oh, gross.
There's a rag in the bottom of that one. That's when I would we'll drain the last little bit out and then put the rag, just tip the rag out on top of one of those buckets and I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Or you can grab it, whatever.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Get...
Good enough.
Oh, that got some chunky little balls.
Yep. I believe that might even been the chunkies. I think came out of the oil from this thing.
Oh.
I haven't emptied that bucket in forever. Now I think we got one more flat drain one.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay. I would have.
Don't jinx me yet.
But this is of course why we're pouring outside. It's a bit full. Nice. Yeah, stop there. Anyways, so if it's just dinosaur bones, why is it so bad to return it to the earth?
Dinosaur bones and whatever additives we've put in
No.
synthetic oil.
All right, well,
Sweet.
there's also an empty one there. And an empty bucket. So however many buckets you think you're gonna need, you need more.
Okay.
Hello, viewers of Cassidy's YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe because you do not want to miss the epic things that this young lady is doing. Ooh, Mustang. Squirrel. Yeah. Exciting things like dumping oil, saying hi to Bobo as he sorts through sockets.
Wishing I wore gloves.
Yeah, we have gloves and
Awesome.
shop towels you could use, but whatever.
Gotta get used to the gross mechanic hands, I guess.
And I would help more, but I've been told to guide.
I can pull the motor, no problem.
Yeah.
Putting it back in.
Yeah. And it's a Corvette, so it's not fun.
Yeah, it's
to
tight.
pull. Well, first thing I would do is it won't come out with the headers on.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So-
I gotta take those off. But it looks like they will just drop down.
Yeah, they should just spread out. The first thing I always do is the radiator.
Yeah.
Because you never want to leave the rad in, and it's way easier to get the fan off without the rad on and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Alright, well,
work
thank
from
you.
the front to here, and then
I'm gonna see if this has a drain plug on the bottom.
it should have a little Turner petcock thing
I'm gonna assess how rusty it is before I...
somewhere in there.
Actually, I don't think it does.
Oh, it will. Every radiator has one. It's just where it is and how accessible it is. It'll be a little flat looking, here it is, I see it. So on this side, right at the very bottom of the radiator, you might be able to turn it from the bottom. It's a little brass T. Do you see it?
I can't see it from here.
Okay, wonder if I could point it out, it's hard. I only see it because I know exactly what I'm looking for. It looks like a helicopter blade. Your finger's right by it. You might not even be able to see it from down there, to be honest. So if you look straight down, right down there, you see that little thing poking out of the very bottom of the radiator? Looks like there's
Yeah.
a screw in the
I
very
don't know
bottom
if
of the
I
rad. That's the
There's like a
drain.
bracket in
Yeah.
the way. But maybe if I take off this.
I see the training cooler line you're talking about when I look down there.
Yeah, but there is no,
Right? Like, I don't see it either. But I've never seen a radiator without one.
neither have I. Well,
Like,
maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get this fan shroud off.
yeah, see if you can unbolt it and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I get that off, I can see more, and then that way I'll have access to a lower rad. hood.
Yeah, because it should just lift off of those posts down there. I
Yeah.
think. And if we have to, let me know. If you need to, we can pump the coolant out of the top of the radiator with the electric pump.
Okay. Well, yeah, ripping that apart and
Here's a flashlight. I'll leave it right here if you need it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so me and Bobo took a midday trip to Princess Auto. So I got some new goodies, some new lights for my shop because it is dark as there. So I'm just gonna load these up. Hopefully Mr. Blake Dog doesn't jump out of the vehicle. Alright, I just came back from Princess Auto with some new stuff. I haven't actually spent any time cleaning out my toolbox and cleaning it up. And now that I have more shop space, I don't need to keep everything in my toolbox, so it's really cluttered. So I'm just going to take a couple minutes and put away my new tools and find a spot for everything. So well, I just finished my day working in the shop for now, but now I gotta order parts for the Corvette. Some of them, at least the nose cone, because I think I'm gonna have to order it out of the States. But I'm gonna call Blair and see what he's doing, check in. I know that he just got tapping, so one, to check in on him, and two, ask him where he thinks the best place to buy parts are. Sorry for the chewing noise. That would be my monster dog, Sierra. Well, I have a question for ya.
Sure.
So I gotta order that front nose cone for that Corvette. Where do you think the best place is to order that through?
You know, I keep telling you guys, you call the old car center.
Call the old car center. I should have known that was gonna be your answer. But it's a good idea.
It's all from the same place. They bring it across the border. Sometimes it's way cheaper. Sometimes it's about the same. But I always get it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in a reasonable time frame. And instead of wondering, now where did I get that part? It's all from the same place. Now, when you buy one, instead of buying the rubber one, I'm sure you're aware by now, buy the
fiberglass one, yeah.
Yep. And then you can block it to make it flush with the vet.
Yeah. The vet's, I think, been hit in the front end.
Yeah, probably.
There's some of the suspension. Oh, did I just switch it? Some of the suspension has, it's been like shimmed out over half an inch.
Well, there's always shims in the control
It's, well, the control arms are like probably even more than half an inch in shims.
Yeah, that's all right.
Is it?
Control arms. Yeah, they can be 3/4 of an inch, sometimes they're an inch.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
that's how they do a wheel alignment, right?
Yeah, I just didn't figure you could put that big a stack of shims in it.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. You see how long those bolts are? That's how they get in alignment. So there's major amounts of shims in those.
Well, I think it's already been repaired, because because there is new body panels and stuff on it. Somebody's already been in there and worked on it. It used to be green, and now it's blue. And there is some filler in some spots. So
You could be right. I mean, it's apparently, Greg said it drove nice.
well, and I was actually gonna ask Greg next time I saw him if it did drive nice. But if it drives nice, I'm not concerned. I'm still gonna do some cross measurements just to make sure that it's straight. But
Absolutely give Greg a call, because he'll tell you where the rust hole is in the frame.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's about a loony size apparently.
Yeah, well, in those cars, is it in the frame or the bird cage?
It's apparently in the frame, but that's just from Greg. Casually mentioned it once a year or two ago.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's something that I kind of know a little bit more about, but not much. But I've heard both different answers. I've heard LS swap is the easiest and cheapest, and it makes it faster. And I've heard rebuilding it's the easiest and cheapest and makes it faster. And I've talked to 6 or 7 different people, and it's 50-50.
We're not worried about, you're not trying to build horsepower. You're trying to make a clean looking Corvette.
Yeah.
The old guy is going to buy because he always wanted one. Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to have a ton of horsepower. It's got to sit there and look cool.
Maybe what I should do is I should price out the cross member and the motor mounts.
And the carburetor.
Yeah, and the carburetor. Yeah.
And that gives it the lump that everyone loves. And it doesn't matter if it goes. It just has to sound cool.
Yeah. What time does Hot Rods and Classics, is that what it is? Wait,
No,
Canadian. Old Car Center.
Goes by, yeah, I think, you can try them, but I think they close at 5, but I'm not sure.
Do you know what time do they open at? 8?
I believe so, yes.